Hi crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So I have a question to ask you. How would you describe your crafting style? I don't know how I would describe mine. It's not really any one thing. It's pretty much a hodgepodge of all the different styles out there, but with a little bit plainer colors and a little bit probably not as exciting. Anyways, if you describe your style as farmhouse or rustic or country or farm, or I'm trying to think of all the adjectives, or western, then I want to just let you know that Magnolia has some amazing things that totally fit the bill for that. And when I'm finished here, I'm going to put pictures in the comments. Just recently, I have done a couple of projects that are a little bit on this side. Do you guys remember this? With the chicken wire? Yeah, it turned out super cute. So we're going to do a couple of projects today with some of the new stencils that I purchased from Magnolia after you guys told me what you liked. And it seems to me that a lot of people like this style. I do too. And so I wanted to mix things up and do a project. I'm just looking for, I want to put my link here so that you guys can, there we go. Okay, so one of the stencils, when I had you guys all tell me what was your favorite 12 by 18 stencil, a lot of you guys said this one. And I agree, I love it. I love this rooster weather vane on top. I just think there's a ton of different things that you could do with it. A lot of people have told me that they like this Farmhouse 12 pack as well. It has some really cool things. So we're going to use both of these, and we're going to be using, I don't have enough painter's drop cloth right now that's washed and ready to go. So we're going to be using some more of this canvas that I'm loving so much from Walmart. And we're also going to use some of these little mini breadboards that are so cute from Magnolia. And then I have some fun decorations to do. So let me open this up and I'll show it to you close up. This does have a lot of super cute things on it. I don't even know which one I would say I like the best because there's just so many cute pieces to it. So we'll do a couple of those, and then we're gonna make a banner. I'm gonna show you how to make a banner using painter's stir sticks. This came from Home Depot, or maybe this one came from Lowe's. I honestly can't remember. This is the 5-gallon size, and you can get 3 of these for $1 at both of my hardware stores here locally. You can also order mass quantities of them online on Amazon. You can find them at your dollar stores. These are everywhere, and they're great to craft with. Okay, so let me see if I can get this open. And then we will just jump right in. So how's everyone doing today? Are you having a good day? I am having fun continuing to mix things up all the time. I don't want anyone to say, oh, Hiedi only does such and such kind of crafts. So I'm trying real hard to bring you something new and different every day. And not keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And I have, to be honest with you, I have done a lot of projects using that canvas from Walmart. But this is different because we're using paint stir sticks and we're making a banner. We're not making stuffed bunnies or a table runner today. Why am I having such a hard time getting this open? There's so many things that you can do with paint stir sticks. And I have probably 4 or 5 videos that I've done on different projects, but this is what they look like up close. They have like the little ruler mark on them, which is kind of fun. But for this project, we're gonna do it this way so you don't see that. All right, and I'm a little bit further away than normal because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing here. So if the comments are in your way, feel free to swipe them either side to side or up and down, and that should get rid of them. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like this style of crafting, if you like the kind of crafts that I do here at DiyDreaming, feel free to let your friends know on your Facebook page. You can sprinkle this video to your Facebook page if you would like, or any other social media. Okay, so this is the main thing that we're going to be doing. Isn't that cool? And the first job, always, is to label the back of your stencil. Welcome to our farmhouse. I have a bunch of other sort of farmhouse, country, rustic, other stencils back behind me that I want to remember to show you in just a minute. Okay, so I always label the back of them with the Sharpie because it's important to put them back on the right side of the carrier sheet. Okay, and here is some drop cloth, some canvas drop cloth that I'm loving right now. And I think this is almost just the perfect, I think maybe it's going to be a little bit too wide. Unless we hide what we're covering it with. Okay, well, let me just pretend that that's where we're going to go with the top piece. And let's see, how much do we want to have on here? Okay, so I would say roughly about this much. And the fun thing about working with this canvas is that you can just rip it, and it's strangely satisfying to do that. I say that on every video when I'm using this. Also, the edges just fray up so nice. I do think we need to take this a little bit narrower. So, I've got strings everywhere. This is the top. I think this is called the selvage edge. So let's see, which side do I like better? I'm going to tear a couple of strips that we'll use for other projects just to get this a little bit narrower. Let me look. Nope, it still needs to go in a little bit. And I use these strips of fabric that I've ripped for a ton of different craft projects. Okay, how does that look? I still think I want it to go in just a little bit further. Okay, that should be good. Can you guys see what I'm doing right here? We're gonna put this on here, and I'm going to take my little strips and put them off to the side so they're not in our way. And let's pull some strings. Okay, and I can finish all of this up after the project is done and dry. And we're going to be using chalk paste today, but this is important. I want to tell you something. You could use ink if you wanted. That works great on fabric. If it's a fabric project that's going to need to be washed, like a t-shirt or a tea towel or a pillow cover or a canvas tote or something like that that might come into contact with any moisture, then you absolutely need to use ink. But banners are the one instance where I think it's okay to use chalk paste if you want, because they're not going to get handled. And honestly, I can't remember for this one, for example. This is a banner I made. Same idea. This has a smaller paint stir stick in it on painter's drop cloth. I can't remember if this is ink or chalk paste. But for banners that you're just going to hang somewhere that aren't going to be handled a lot, I think it's okay to use chalk paste for that kind of a project. Okay, so what I want to figure out is what is straight. This is seeming like it did not exactly rip straight. We're going to put it about right here. And ordinarily, this is another thing I want to tell you guys, ordinarily, especially when it's brand new, you would want to fuzz your green stencils, just the green ones, on a fuzzing cloth, or this is called a tacky towel. It's about $8 for Magnolia. And what that does is that makes it so it's just a little bit less sticky. It also has the inside part of it you can also use to dry your stencils. But because I'm using this on fabric, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to fuzz it on fabric before I use it on fabric. So if you don't have that towel, you could do a low-limbed t-shirt, you could do it on your jeans. Especially with bigger stencils though, it's important that you fuzz them if you're going to use them on anything other than a piece of fabric. Okay, so I'm gonna just look at this and sort of eyeball where is the top of my fabric. Let's come over a little bit. And I'm not a perfectionist as far as, you know, absolutely making sure that all of my projects are completely centered and all of that. I'm not super duper picky about that. Because with this project especially, I can always tear more off if I want. Okay, so we're going to say that that is good. Although, I'm not going to say that's good. I think it needs to go down a little bit further. Thank you for the stars. I couldn't see who that was, but I'll look as soon as I get off. That is one thing that I always do is I read all of the comments. I so appreciate the things that you guys say to me. So feel free to ask questions. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me where you're watching from, all that kind of good stuff if you would like. Okay, so we're going to be kind of boring because this is going to be more of a farmhouse look. And we're using black chalk paste. I can get it open, from Magnolia. Okay, this is what it looks like. And I need to get, on a project this big, I'm going to use a full-size squeegee. So these are the squeegees that you can order online and then cut them into two pieces. And I'm going to use a stir stick. Ooh, this chalk paste is the perfect consistency. And I'm going to put some blobs on here to just work around the stencil. And whatever is left over, if there is any here, I can put it back in my little jar. Okay, so then I'm just going to take my squeegee. I'm going to be very careful that I don't go outside of the lines. And here's another thing. I'm working on fabric. Fabric is a little bit like wood, in that if you keep going over and over and over an area, what can happen is the fibers of the fabric suck in the medium and then it sort of spreads it out. And you don't get a very crisp stencil impression. So try, if possible, to just make the one main pass over your area and then just to go back over it to pick up the excess blobs. But don't keep going over and over and over it. Okay, let's scoop this up just a little bit. You can see how far that chalk paste goes. Goes a long ways. I still have some left on my squeegee. Okay, I'm just taking the big excess off right here. And then we're going to peek, and I'm going to put what's left on my squeegee back in my jar because you guys know I'm frugal. I don't want to waste any little bit of this goodness in here. Okay, so let's peek and see how it looks. If I see any big areas I've missed, oh my gosh, this is so cute. I love this weather vane. It is darling. Then I can go back over it. Okay, I think I'm gonna go from this side to the other because this, oh darn, I already have it on my fingers. And now I've just smudged it. Let me find the napkin. Pull that off. And throw it in my tub of water and clean off my hands. Oh Lord. This is kind of a big stencil, so I'm just pushing it under the water. It's a little wadded up, but it'll be just fine. I just want that chalk paste to start soaking. Oh, look at my hands. Let's get a baby wipe here. Get all this yuck off my hands before I touch anything or hold this up for you guys. And I think that I'm going to give this away, so we probably won't actually, glue it onto the stick because I won't be able to ship that. So I think I'll probably give it away in a week or two with another set of blessing bundles. And then whoever gets it can get some paint stir sticks to hang it on. But I'll show you what it's going to look like, basically. It could look like something like this. And then we can dress up the bottom, the top, however we want. But isn't that a great stencil? I just absolutely love it. So I was thinking it would be good to use either something like this. This black check ribbon would be really cute if you were going to hang it. Let's just play with this idea for a second. Get a couple of clips. Oh, and somebody was asking me today about these finger protector things that you can get from Dollar Tree. This is what they look like. You get, I think, a package of 3 for $1 or something like that. These are also from Dollar Tree. They're just clips, and they're kind of cool to work with. Oops. Because, let me just fold this under, because they will hold your project in, you know, still in a good spot. Okay, so we're just gonna pretend that we're gonna glue this on here. This is probably about where I would do it. All right. Then I think it would be really fun to take something like this buffalo plaid or gingham or whatever you would want to call this, and cover your paint stir stick with it, and you'd get something like this. So I think probably when I do give this away, I'll include some little fluff and stuff, like ribbon and that kind of thing to go along with the project. Okay, so let's put this aside. And what do you guys think? Is this cute or what? I think it's darling. I absolutely love it. My favorite part is the weather vane. But if you have a smaller surface, you could just use the welcome to our farmhouse. You could certainly use just the arrows by themselves. This is one of those stencils that you can just take the pieces that you want and use those. You don't have to use the whole entire thing all together. So while I'm thinking about stencils, let me show you some of these other ones that I consider. This is just what I have. There's a lot more, a lot more. This is a sweet stencil that seems kind of this same style. It says, "Grandpa, tell me about the good old days." It looks super cute on a little boy or a little girl's t-shirt too. Adorable. Yes, I think it is too, Tammy. Here's the chicken wire stencil, which I learned something when I used this last time. Let me show you what it is. This also has barbed wire on the bottom of it, which is cool. I've used both pieces. Love this stencil. The thing I learned last time I used it was that some people think it goes this way and some people think it goes this way. I haven't really seen a lot of chicken wire live in person to know well enough which way it goes. But if you know, does it go with the little wires pointing up, or does it go to the side? On this project right here, I did it up and down, but that could be wrong. Let's see. Oh, I also used it on this project. Isn't that cute? And I did it up and down there, but I'm not sure whether it's supposed to go the other direction. Okay, so that chicken wire, this Grandpa Tell Me About the Good Old Days. This one we used recently. It has two pieces. It has this one that says, Don't Go Baking My Heart. And this one says, Rise and Shine. We made some super cute tea towels out of that. And then this one, to me, looks the same style, even though it doesn't outright have farm animals or anything, but it has this gorgeous sunflower. And I think about sunflowers as sort of a rustic kind of a flower. So those are the ones that I have. There's a lot more. Let's do the next project now. And these are some little, they're called mini breadboards. They're also from Magnolia, and I did put a link right there. Can you guys see it? You get 3 of them, and they're pretty darn cute, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna take my scissors that I just got. These are set for, to use for cutting your stencils, and I'm gonna pick, what do we want to do? I think let's do another weather vane. There's a really cute one on here. Okay, and let's do, every single one of them is darling. How about we do this one? I don't know. How about we do this one that's right next door to it? I mean, or the one that says home. I don't know. I cannot decide. They're all so cute. And I just got this stencil, so I haven't even had a chance to play with it. So I'm just going to keep this, and I'm going to label these right off on the back. Okay, and I'm just using a black Sharpie. That seems to be the best thing. Okay, we need our tacky towel. Where did I throw it? Here it is. Because these are brand new stencils from Magnolia, and they have to be fuzzed when you're going to use them on a surface like this. You could spray this with a spray sealer or put a clear wax on it, but I didn't think to do that, so we're going to try it today without, and I think it'll be fine. Okay, so let's do the weather vane first. I will spray them when I'm done though, just to sort of seal in the chalk paste, because I'm going to put these in my blessing boxes too. I'm starting already to build the next ones. And I just addressed the ones from yesterday that are going to Pam and to Bee, and I'm excited for them. Pam lives in Wyoming and Bee lives in California. So, okay, so I'm gonna put this right sort of down towards the bottom because we're gonna do a cute little bow on this. All right, can you see what I've got? Go in there. And let's do this one too. Home. So if I didn't have this towel, I could fuzz them on my jeans or a t-shirt that didn't have a lot of fibers or fuzz on it. This one I can also kind of towards the bottom. When I'm making stuff to go into my blessing boxes or blessing bundles or whatever you want to call them, I always want to make sure that I do a good job, because I don't want you to receive it and say, oh, she's so sloppy. Okay, so this is a small area that we're doing here. Don't want to lose that pin. So I'm just going to use one of the squeegees that's cut in half, and carefully, I'm going to try not to go outside of my lines. I'm just pushing it through the holes on the stencil. Can you guys see how incredibly easy this is? I mean, seriously. Of course, it's like anything else. You get the hang of it as you're doing it more and more. I'm just taking the big gobs and blobs off. But it is pretty easy. And it looks great! Yay! So that is going into the bath. Look how cute that is. We'll make a couple of bows. I'm not going to attach them right now, but I'll show you what they'll look like, because I want this to dry and then I want to spray it with, this is what I'm talking about when I say spray it. I want to spray it with some of this stuff. It's a clear matte sealer. It can be absolutely any brand. I get mine at Walmart. This is Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Cover Matte Clear. So this is what I'll spray it with to seal things in, so it's more permanent for whoever receives it. Okay. That was super quick. Oh, that's so cute. I'll show you. And so you can use this whole set for all kinds of different things for your home. You could make tea towels. You could make pillows. You could make little signs. You could do these. You could do tags. You could make cards to send to a friend. There's just a ton of different things that you can do with that. But this is what we did. And now I'm gonna this is how you can keep your chalk in really good, perfect consistency. I'm just taking my water mister, and this is distilled water. It's not regular tap water, because regular tap water has stuff in it, and you don't want this to like grow mold or something. So I just did one little spritz in my can, in my little tub of that, and then I'll put it away like that, and then the chalk paste will stay a great consistency. Do you guys like this longer view with me further away? I've had a lot of good people saying good things about it. For me, I can't see well enough to see what you're saying, but I promise you I'll read all of your comments as soon as I'm done. Okay, let's make some bows. So my friend Susie sent me this bag of different burlap ribbons that she ordered on Amazon, I believe it was. I'll have to confirm and get the information from her. And this is the first time I'm actually getting into them and using them. And so I thought we would make 2 little ribbons using this one. Isn't that cute? Alternatively, if you don't have this, a lot of people have this lace from Walmart that you could use, or this lace from Hobby Lobby, or you could just use some vintage lace or a big piece of burlap. There's tons of different things that you can do. So I'm going to cut a piece of this. Let's clean up the end here. That is, you can always cut it smaller when we get it done if it's too big. Okay. Oh, I need 2 of them because I'm doing, we'll use a different ribbon for the other one. Let's see what we want to use. How about this one? This is cute too. They're all cute. Thank you, Susie. I so appreciate it. Okay, so let's take this little piece off the end. And this is pretty cute. This has little X's or diamonds or what, however you see it on it. Okay, and then let's take some of this, where is it? Oh, just this black and white check. This is, I think, about the right scale for this project. And we're gonna do a little crisscross. We're just making some really super simple bows. This is how I do it. I know there's a lot of crafters who have a signature kind of bow, and I really don't. But this is how I like to make these. So I'm just going to lay my first piece of this over the top in a diagonal. I can trim it all up when I'm done. And then I'm going to put a little blob of glue in the center to hold it down. Okay, and then I'm going to use the other piece to do the exact same thing on top of this. Don't want to get glue on my new cutting mat. Okay, so this is what I have. Then what I would do is I would just take a short piece of this and I would pinch it. Let's glue it on here first. Just a little dot in the center. Okay, so this is what we have. And I'm just gonna pinch it and pull it tight in the back. Pull my ribbon out. And I'm gonna glue it. It's gonna need to be cut a little bit shorter because it's way too long, but if I can get a hold of that to cut it. And I think it would be super cute to get a little black button or something. You guys know I love buttons. I'll put that in the center. And I have a bazillion black buttons, but did I grab the wrong? I think I grabbed the wrong box. It must be in here. Yes. Or you could do brownie. Okay. Where are my cute little black buttons? This one can use this one, and we can use this one. So I'm just gonna. This is gonna have to be trimmed up though because it is a little lopsided, and I need to cut the back off of it. But you guys get the idea. Isn't that cute? And then I would put it. I would probably just glue it on my little board. Here, let me hold it without my fingers. What do you guys think? Isn't that cute? Simple, but that's really more my style, is super simple. So I hope that when you guys see me do crafts here, that you take the ideas and make them your own, in your own style and all that stuff. Because I tend to do things that are a little bit plainer, just because that's my style, but you can still learn how to do a kind of a craft project and then just jazz it up in your own colors. These are way, way, way too long, but it's gonna be just fine. So I did the crisscross over the top, and now I'm just doing this in the center. And then I'm gonna flip it over and cinch this in. This one over, oops, oh no, what did I do here? I may have messed up my ribbon. Oh gosh, because it keeps sticking to the glue on my fingers, I will have to cut this significantly shorter because I just unraveled one end of it. That's what happens when you're talking and crafting live. Yeah, I would have paid more attention to my fingers being sticky ordinarily. Okay, so ignore the unraveled part. Let's put a button on it and we'll see what it would kind of look like on this other piece. Let's just cut this short. What the heck? Got glue on my scissors now. Okay, so you guys get the general idea of this. Here we go. Isn't that cute? So I will finish those two up off camera. Let me get the other thing to show you real quick. And then if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you want a direct link to a specific stencil because you can't find it, and I do agree that sometimes things are kind of hard to locate at the Magnolia website, just let me know because I know where everything is and I can grab you a direct link in like 2 seconds and get it to you. So this is the other one that we did, which I will finish this up too, but I'm not going to glue it onto a stick because I want to put this in one of the boxes that I'll be sending out in the next couple of weeks. And anyways, I really do like this style, this farmhouse, this country, rustic, and I think you can put your own spin on that. I had said when I asked earlier, how would you describe your style? I mean, I heard all kinds of different things from coastal farmhouse. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to see what coastal farmhouse is. There's just so many eclectic, antique. I have a mix of pretty much everything, but all toned down a little bit plainer. That is what my style is. Use fray check on the edges of the ribbon. That's a very good point. All right, well, if you guys want to see what else I have coming up this week, because I'm always mixing it up. We don't do the same thing from one day to the next. So we'll do something completely different tomorrow. Then take 2 seconds to make sure that you've liked and followed DiyDreaming, and that you have your notifications, which are the 3 little dots up here somewhere, turned on so you'll get notified. And then take 2 seconds to do this, that's a heart, or this, or say something in the comments so Facebook knows that you want to see what I have coming up. Alrighty, have a great afternoon. I'm gonna get these things all completed and I'll get pictures and I'll put those in the comments here, and then I'll also put them separately on DiyDreaming. So if you want to come back and look for those, that would be great. And if you're watching this on replay or you joined midstream, you can go back and watch this whole video anytime you like. Thank you for the stars. I didn't see who that was, but I so appreciate it. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys later. Okie dokie, I'm gonna sign off now. Thank you guys for joining me today. Have a good rest of your day.